All right, guys, let's get it started with another news roundup here on the channel. We're diving into the latest on the Washington Commanders, keeping it fast, direct, and always up to the minute. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. We've got daily videos to make sure you're the most informed fan in the room. And don't forget to drop a like. Every single Commanders fan who hits that button helps the channel grow and keeps me hyped to keep grinding for you guys. All right, let's get into it. Today, we're talking about the future. We've only got one game left against the Eagles this weekend before we head into one of the most crucial off-seasons in franchise history. Sunday Night Football marks the end of 2025 for us, but the real fireworks start on Monday, the infamous Black Monday. That's the day the axe starts swinging across the NFL and coaching staffs get blown up. And look, we might be in for a major shakeup ourselves. Here's the deal. Even though our season has been a total grind filled with injuries, Cliff Kingsbury's name is still red hot on the market. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler just dropped a bombshell, reporting that Cliff is a top-tier candidate for the head coaching vacancies with the Las Vegas Raiders and the Tennessee Titans. Even with our offense missing guys like Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin for huge chunks of the year, Kingsbury managed to keep this unit ranked 21st, ahead of teams like the Eagles and the Steelers. The league really values a guy who can produce even with a decimated roster. The folks over in Tennessee are especially interested because they've got the rookie Cam Ward, whose style is a perfect fit for Cliff's system. They saw what Cliff did with Jaden Daniels last year, and they want to catch that same lightning in a bottle. Kingsbury has been picky in the past, but he's made it clear he's open to being a head coach again. As soon as the clock hits 0 on Sunday, he's free to start interviewing. We could be looking at losing our OC to a rival team looking for that modern offensive DNA. We all expected some changes on the defensive side of the ball, but losing Kingsbury right now would be a total gut punch to the development of our offense heading into next year. I want to hear from you. Did Cliff Kingsbury do a good enough job to earn another head coaching gig, or should he stay in D.C. to finish what he started with Jaden Daniels? Drop a comment below. I want to see what the nation thinks about this potential exit. All right, guys, moving right along, we've got some breaking news, and I'll be honest, it's a tough blow for this matchup against the Eagles. The Washington Commanders officially placed our starting center, Tyler Biadasz, on injured reserve this Wednesday. Biadasz has been an absolute warrior, starting all 16 games this season, but that Christmas Day battle against the Cowboys really took its toll. He's dealing with both ankle and knee injuries. His season is over. This is a massive loss because he's the brain of that O-line, making the calls and keeping the pocket safe for Josh Johnson or whoever's under center. With Biadasz out, Washington had to make some moves. Julian Good-Jones was promoted from the practice squad to the active 53 roster. But keep an eye on this. Word behind the scenes is that Nick Allegretti will likely slide over to center on Sunday. He finished the Dallas game at the pivot, so he's the front-runner to start. Now, smash that like button if you think this O-line can hold its own against that Philly pass rush without Biadasz. We know facing the Eagles with a patchwork line is a nightmare, but it's a huge opportunity for guys like Good-Jones and Allegretti to prove they belong. To round out the roster moves, the team brought in some fresh blood for practice. Guard Salah Amuave-Lau and defensive end DJ Johnson signed to the practice squad. These are depth pieces for now, but it gives the staff a chance to evaluate them for 2026. We're heading into this game at 4-12 against an 11-5 Eagles team that is absolutely flying. Without our Pro Bowl center, the job of protecting the QB just got twice as hard. Who do you want to see snapping the ball Sunday? Allegretti, or do you give the young gun Good-Jones a shot? Let me know in the comments. Wrapping up today's updates, let's keep it real. We might have found a diamond in the rough with the rookie Jacory Crosby-Merritt, but putting the entire backfield on his shoulders in 2025 didn't quite pan out. The truth is that Brian Robinson trade to the 49ers before the season started really came back to bite us. In a year where our stars were decimated by injuries, we desperately missed B-Rob's talent and veteran presence. There were so many moments in this 4-12 campaign where we were crying out for a back with his physical style.
Well, Alex K. over at Bleacher Report just floated a name that makes a ton of sense for 2026 free agency: Rachaad White from the Bucks. Check this out. White has a direct connection with our QB, Jayden Daniels. They played together at Arizona State back in 2021. Imagine bringing that chemistry to the pros. The guy is a total yards from the scrimmage machine. He put up over 1,500 yards in 2023, and even while splitting carries with Bucky Irving, he's still elite as a runner and a pass catcher. The blueprint would be this: with Austin Eckler and Jeremy McNichols likely hitting the exit, Rachaad White comes in as an elite RB2 or a third down specialist to complement Crosby Merritt. We're looking at a deal around $7 million a year. That's a steal for a guy who gives you 9 touchdowns a season. Look, the reality is that after this collapse, going from the NFC Championship game in 24 to the bottom of the standings in 25, this roster is getting a total facelift. Outside of Jayden, Terry, and a few guys on the line, everyone is on the chopping block. Adam Peters has his work cut out for him to rebuild this thing from the ground up. We were expecting a Super Bowl run, and instead, that one of the biggest drop-offs in NFL history. 2026 has to be the year of redemption. I want to hear from you. Is Rachaad White the missing piece to help Jayden Daniels get back to the top, or should we look for another back in the draft? Sound off in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. That's all for today, but stay tuned. The Washington offseason is shaping up to be the wildest one in years. Much love, thanks for watching, and HTTC.